Hello, and welcome to another webinar presented by Buzztime in our series. Today we're going to be talking about Buzztime Bets. My name is Chris Wright, and I'm the Director of Predictive Gaming here at Buzztime. If you're not familiar with Buzztime, we've been in this business for over 40 years, primarily known for our trivia, but what we are is the only company that does social gaming that for the purpose of driving traffic to bars and making money for bar owners. Um, as we have done this for a long time, and we have had trivia out for many years now, we have been expanding our product line very aggressively in the last while. And today we're going to talk about a new mobile app that we launched a few months ago called Buzztime Bets. So what is Buzztime Bets? Bets is available in the Google Play and Apple App Stores. The purpose of it is to offer many different types of games. It's not just one game on the app. We're going to be constantly expanding the offering and putting more games and adding more features to the app over time. In this app, our bar buddies, basically the players, they compete in various games. They're across sports, television, award shows, pretty much anything. Players can earn tokens that can be redeemed for gift cards and other prizes. So the first game we launched on Buzztime Bets was called QB1. QB1 launched at the start of the 2023-2024 NFL season. We did some testing during preseason and launched for week one. Basically, for QB1, we ran contests every Thursday night and Monday night during NFL games. And on Sundays, we ran multiple games as well as all holidays and other special events. How you play QB1 is multiple games would be in the lobby, and we would pick one feature game to run at a time. Players would enter that contest, and for each drive of the game, the player predicts what the outcome of that drive will be. Points are awarded based on probability of that event occurring. So, for example, at the start of a drive, and depending on field position, a punt might be probable, so it's worth less points than, say, a passing touchdown. Players earn points if they get the drive prediction correct. They can change their pick at any time, but they are ultimately given more points for the longer they hold their pick. So having conviction in what you chose will get you more points. Every time a play occurs on that drive, then the multiplier goes up. So if you hold your pick for a long time and you are correct, you can win a lot of points. The leaderboard for QB1 games is updated live. And there are local leaderboards, which would be your in-venue location, and there's a global leaderboard. So you can see everybody participating across the network. The leaderboard, you can see an example in this third picture at the bottom, will show how many points each player has earned so far in that game. And if the player is playing in venue, there will be a link to the power page for that bar or for that location. And if you're not familiar with the power page, if you're a Buzztime subscriber, Buzztime location, it is an area on the website where you can customize content, show off specials in venue and display other content that might, help attract people to your location. QB1, we did allow, about halfway through the season, we did start allowing play from home. That was basically increased competition, and we also added features that would help us take those players that were playing at home and help drive them to Buzztime locations through different incentives, various messaging, custom messaging we had during the games. But the whole idea was to get people to go into their local Buzztime location, and the players at home were unable to win prizes, so they could play along just for fun, but they couldn't win a prize. And for every contest we ran for QB1, the top prize was given a gift card for the location they were playing at, and we gave away for anybody that won a top points getter in a quarter received a Buzztime tankard, and everybody got the highest points in one drive won a Buzztime t-shirt. So here's a bunch of pictures of our bar buddies that won throughout the season. Here's just some of them. Some of the stats we had for QB1 this season. We ran 115 contests. So that's across 115 different games. There were 89,000 selections made by our players, and we awarded over $10,000 in gift cards. Due to those promos, we gave away countless T-shirts and tankards for as Buzztime merch to our lucky players. And we ran a season-long or a year-end tournament that ran from weeks 13 to 18 of the NFL season, where we took the highest average points per contest. So the reason we did that was if somebody was playing, say, weeks 13 or 14, and they were, behind in the leaderboard, then they could keep playing, and the more often they would play, the more chance they would have to increase their average. Players had to play a minimum of 6 games across that time period, and they had to play at least 4 of those in venue. So once again, we're trying to drive traffic, to Buzztime locations. We awarded prizes to the top 50 in that tournament, and which resulted in us giving away over $5,000 in gift cards to Buzztime locations. So here's a true Buzztime QB1 story. This is 100% correct and 100% true. Here's on the left we have Todd. His username is Drake, and on the right we have Shannon. Her username is Angel732. The left images with the messaging is a subset of text messages sent between the two. On the gray on the left is Shannon. On blue on the right is Todd. So these are actual messages they sent during a game of QB1. I believe it was early on in the season. I think it was the first time they played, and it was the Giants, one of the Giants games this season. So they were texting and saying how much that they were enjoying the game, and that Shannon was winning. She was beating Todd, and he was upset about this in a fun manner. And so he bought another bottle of wine, and they ended up staying for another quarter to keep playing the game. And he was trying to get ahead. And then in the second half of the game, she was still winning, so he bought another bottle of wine, and they stayed for longer and sent a bunch of messages about the competition. And at the end, you can see on the right, this is an actual screen, not a subset of their text, where Todd posted the final leaderboard for the local venue where he was on top, and he said, "Finally, we can go home now." Shannon disliked that image and then wanted everybody to know that she didn't start playing until the third play. So she started off from behind. So the two of them had a really good time playing. They ended up staying. They planned on leaving, after the first half, ended up staying for the whole game, had a lot of fun, and wanted to make sure that we knew that. And this is not the only story we've heard. We've heard of other stories where a couple would come in and watch football to a Buzztime venue, and typically one of them didn't really watch football or play much, but they ended up actually playing QB1 and started actually watching football because of that. And once again, she said and told me that they'd stayed, they usually come in for just, have a beer, maybe a bite to eat. And throughout the season, ended up staying for whole games because they were so invested in playing QB1. So that was the first game we launched on the Buzztime Bets app. What we're introducing now in shortly here in February will be the Miami One token. So in QB1, players competed, they earned points, and there's a leaderboard, and we gave away prizes based on where they ended up in the leaderboard. With some of the new games we're launching, there's going to be a little bit more of a chance for the bar buddies to basically wager tokens. So there'll be multiple ways to gain tokens, such as logging in certain times or repeatedly, referring friends, if you visit a Buzztime location or maybe multiple locations, and of course winning contests or winning games. The Buy One token is going to be the Buzztime token that will be used for various purposes, such as you could be exchanged for gift cards at Buzztime locations. It could be used to purchase Buzztime merchandise from Buzztime.com or the Buzztime store, and various other things. We're looking to expand a lot of utility for these tokens, but this is going to be the currency for the Buzztime ecosystem. So next game we have launching after QB1 is going to be Pick'em Props. So this is launching in February shortly, and basically it's going to be a series of events, and there will always be at least one event going on, and probably most times will be many events happening. So players will go in the lobby and be able to choose an event. So if you see in the first screenshot here, you can see the championship game between San Francisco and Kansas City coming up. So certain questions will appear for that contest. For example, the screenshot next to it, you can just see a bit of it, but the question is, over under how long is the national anthem going to be, or over under 5.5 times they show Taylor Swift on camera during the game. So it'll be lots of questions like that, lots around players, props, things like that, and you go in and you choose what the outcomes are going to be, and the more you get correct, the more points you get. The leaderboard updates live, and you'll be able to see how you're doing. For tiebreakers, there are some free-form questions. There will always be some free-form questions, such as, for this game, you choose Patrick Mahomes' passing yards or Brock Purdy's total yards. The closer you are to the actual number, the more points you get, and the higher you'll be in leaderboard. So we're going to offer prop games for multiple things. Obviously, lots of sporting events, of entertainment shows, such as, let's say, for the Academy Awards, maybe this will open 2 months prior, where you choose, the winner of each category, and you'll be able to change your picks as things go on. We can offer reality TV, politics, just about anything that's popular, or we will be able to have, and we will offer contests for. So shortly following that, we have another game called Pick Six, which is going to use a popular Pick Six model where there will be many, like dozens and dozens and dozens of props across different categories. Lots of sports, every night, and you'll be able to choose from which sport you want and which player you want, and then you'll be presented with a series of over-unders. And you basically choose, the player will choose, up to 6 of these props, pick the over-under, and they'll be able to wager their BMO tokens on how much conviction they have in their picks. So the more they get correct, the more tokens back. So it's basically a way for bar buddies to take their tokens and wager them and try to win more. Obviously to win more prizes, win more gift cards, and other merchandise. We're pretty excited about this game. We know it's a very popular format, and this is the initial launch, but we have a lot of plans for it in the future as well. So that's 2v1, the first game we launched, and then the next 2 we have in the works. But we do have a solid roadmap and a lot trying to accomplish in the next little while. So there is a dedicated team. So we're going to be doing continuous deployment and development for Buzztime Bets. This will be a never-ending roadmap, and we'll constantly be adding new features, enhancements, and new game types. So just some of the things we've got in the works. Basic streaks. So winning multiple different types of contests for kind of a longer term and bigger prizes. Head-to-head wagers, so be able to wager your BMO tokens between each other on certain events. Be able to add your friends, form teams, and have team versus team competitions. Be able to individually message players in different venues, so in different Buzztime locations. So if you had something special going on that day, we can message all of the players that are currently in your location, or drive them to do kind of whatever behaviors we're looking to incentivize. Certain things like scavenger hunts, maybe visiting X number of locations or certain locations. We looked at social casino style games, live stream events, and we've got a lot more. We've got, like I said, a jam-packed roadmap and a dedicated team to this, and we're super excited about where Buzztime Bets is headed. So Buzztime now, we have the trivia, obviously. We have Buzztime Bets, which can be a separate standalone product. And if you're not aware, we've also recently launched Buzztime Live Trivia, where you can have live hosted trivia events in your venue. You can package all these up together or buy a la carte. Everything is subscription-based, and we have lots of options. So if you're interested, you can talk to our sales team, and here's the contact information. If anybody has any questions about this or about Buzztime Bets or Buzztime in general, please post in the chat. We'll be happy to answer any questions you might have. Okay, if you do have any questions, there's our contact info. If you want to try out the Buzztime Bets app, you can play at home during the big game coming up on February 11th. You can scan that QR code now to download the app. And look forward to Buzztime Pick'em Props coming shortly. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time.